Welcome to Married to Portuguese. On each episode, my English-Irish husband, Bob, and I discuss and laugh about our life and adventures in the Portuguese culture. Hello.
Bom dia.
Bom dia. It is our food tour times 2.
Part deux.
Part two.
Two.
Dish. So.
I think that's what I said.
I think that is what you said. Well, the thing is I just want to, there's just so much. I mean, we had, like I said before, we had 37 people that traveled with me. That doesn't include the tour person, as well as the bus driver, as well as, I don't think it included Donna either. So it was
Right.
a large group. But let me tell you, I'm already getting, one of the things I tell people at the end is that you're going to be dreaming about the trip. You're going to wonder if it was all just a dream or did it really happen? And you're going to want to go back. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. That's because my goal in all of my tours is to show the best of what I feel is of the island. And I would always say, welcome to my island. My island will take care of us. And at the end, I would always say, a nossa, which means it is ours. And right now, I'm starting to get my emails from people going, oh my goodness, Maria, that was the best trip. That was a trip of a lifetime. And I'm very blessed that I've heard that for all the tours from people, that they felt that way. That they felt it was a trip of a lifetime. That is a trip that they'll never forget. And how special it was. And it really is. It really is a special tour. But let me ask you this while we're doing this before I keep going. I mean, it is his podcast. Isn't that what he says? So, yeah. What was your favorite?
What was my favorite?
His favorite. We haven't discussed this, by the way.
We really haven't.
No.
We really haven't. All right. So I'm going to hedge my bet just a little bit.
Okay.
And say the fan favorite for the people on the tour.
Yeah.
I think by consensus was the farm.
Okay.
That we went to Sunday morning. And for a million reasons, we didn't get to spend as much time there as we would have liked to have. But everybody wanted to spend more time. And it was just a great activity.
Great family.
So that really exceeded my expectations. Mm-hmm. Really did. I was happy to be there. I would say other highlights from me.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite.
My favorite.
Favorite. Can you pick a favorite?
No,
no.
I can't. Mm. So I will say, for me overall, the favorite was the experience of going to all of our favorite places with all of these new people.
Yes.
And getting to see their reaction.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, because we get to do some new things that I hadn't done before.
True, because you haven't gone on those tours with me before.
For heaven's sake, the first night's dinner at Grasa.
Salar de Grasa.
Salar de Grasa.
Well, you wouldn't have, when we go there, just you and me, you can't just go to Salar de Grasa. It is specifically for private events and groups.
That would explain
so
much.
So you can't, because I keep getting messages from people like, where are you? I'd like to be there. I'd like to go. I'm here on the island. How come I didn't know about this place? Why, there's reasons behind all these things.
But it is a rustic restaurant. Before it was a restaurant, it was a horse barn.
Yes.
In Ponta Delgada.
Yes.
You've probably driven past it a million times.
You wouldn't know it's there.
You just wouldn't know it's there.
No.
So they serve very traditional meals, at least to us. That was what we'd requested.
Yeah.
And then they brought in some folklore dancers.
Yes.
Dance the traditional.
Yes.
Somebody we know may have gotten involved in that. That would be me. Yes.
He did a good job.
I was driving. Well, sure. Yeah. I'm a Renaissance man. That was an awful lot of fun. I hadn't done that before. The other thing that I really enjoyed that we didn't get to do the last time we were there together, which was 2 years ago, was the bus went from Puvassau up the western side of the island to Nordeste.
Yes.
And if I've traveled that road, it's been so long. So that was a real treat for me to go up those steep roads with the bus and to look around. I just love that. Love that side of the island.
You
anyway.
love Nordeste area
anyway.
anyway.
As well.
And Puvassal.
So I would say, again, it was the experience of being with everybody that I just loved.
Yeah, and and you're right, because when, again, places, we're repeating this over and over again, but it is the places that we love to go to and we love to be around. So when I see those same places that we're showing that people are falling in love with it, that to me is the greatest gift.
And a lot of, selfishly, a lot of that is the validation of the places that we love. And I'm thinking like the tea house in Sete Cidade. And we love it there.
Oh,
Since we discovered it, we always go back.
Every time we go
family
there.
back.
Every
so
time.
To see that everybody loves it as much as we do, is
Yes.
like, okay, we weren't wrong.
We weren't wrong.
This is
right.
a great place
Yes.
to be.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what the weather, the lighting. It's always
doesn't
everything is
matter.
always beautiful.
Yeah.
Whether we're visiting waterfalls or an overlook, there's always something to look at,
Yeah.
and that's always terrific.
So no overall one that you went, oh yeah, that was a good day.
But there was
so many of those.
So many. The night before we left after dinner,
yes,
and so many of us ended up, back in the hot springs.
Yeah, we did
at Terra Nostra. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That was really fun.
It was majority of the people had gone straight to bed, but the rest of us all said, okay, I know we've got tomorrow morning here again, so at night we better enjoy this as much, because when you stay at Terra Nostra, the garden hotel, you get 24/7 use access of the outside, the garden, as well as the hot spring pool. So we took advantage of that as much as we could. And we went, some mornings we went really early, around 7:00 in the morning, because we're we're going to watch the sun come up. We're going to before.
Sunrise was at 7:30 when we were there.
Yeah. So we'd get out there and we're thinking we're going to be all by ourselves. Nope. We had our group people there too. So, and then we're like, okay, we'll go late at night. We'll go to the pool. There'll be nobody there. Oh yeah. Our group was there too. It was we just really enjoyed it. And that's what you're supposed to do, because when again are we going to be able to, hey, tomorrow let's go soak in a nice mineral spring pool.
Can't do that.
No.
And they're doing a lot of construction.
They are.
Around the pools. They're building new pool houses.
Bathhouses.
That's great. Yeah. And a new entrance for tickets and for the store,
because it is open to the public for a short period of time during the day, and so they're redoing it just to make it more accessible to people, easier, and all that. And there was one day where I think they kind of it was a lot during the day. There were a lot of people there, but then once they close it out to everyone else, it's empty.
Yep.
It's so empty, and it's open for all of us to enjoy, which is 30 acres of botanical garden and this beautiful thermal mineral pool in the middle is just gross. Oh, just beyond amazing.
I think other highlights. I don't remember the last time we were in Ribeira, Kent. So that was fun.
Oh,
that was fun for me.
Yeah, it's
drive down, go through the tunnels.
The only tunnel on the island.
We saw they started the road work for the highway that's going to run from Furnish to Puvassal.
Yes.
So that'll be great.
That'll be changes that are coming to the island, because we've been going for so long that we remember the island without the highway. And then they built the highway, and it was from Nordeste. Oh, it went to Villafranca, and then it was the Nordeste one that you could go to Nordeste instead of taking, my goodness, several hours to get there. It was an hour. It's an hour away. And so now, because it's hard to get to Puvassal, there's no direct route. It's now going to have a direct route. So that will help the people in Puvasang and will help people go there. More people will go see where our settlers came, where they landed. It's so important to see that, guys. It really is.
Yeah. We talked a lot about favorite meals. That was really hard to pin down because every place had terrific food. So a lot of bacalhau served up in different ways.
Yeah.
Got to have the horse mackerel, the shashin.
Shishash.
Shishash. Just fried, I'd say within an inch of its life, but it is already dead.
It's already dead.
But just deep fried, and you start at the head and eat your way down to the tail.
Oh yeah.
That was,
And what I
loved, fun.
I loved where some people are like, do I have to? And it's like, okay, with everyone on the tour, it was like, I know you might have never tried this before, or it might kind of freak you out a little that you eat the whole fish, head to tail. But, take a bite, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But at least give it a try. And they were all good sports.
Really good sports.
They really were. And at the end, we had a whole bunch of people going, I like that little fish. And they're like, crunch, 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 crunch. Because it is like, it's just crunchy little thing that's just so delicious.
There's one place that didn't fry it as crispy as the other places. And that was the only time that it was a bit of a struggle.
For you?
Because there were a lot of bones.
Oh, yeah, it was no struggle.
Oh, flavor was fine.
Yeah.
Flavor was fine. I just liked it a little crunchier.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
So you could get through the bones. So that was great. Even the travel was pretty straightforward. Planes
really
were
was.
Full.
Oh my goodness.
Completely
full. When we were coming back to the United States, well, both ways. I mean, when we were leaving, we left out of Boston. It's 4.5 hours, red eye. So we land at 6 o'clock in the morning. But plane was full, but a good percentage of them there was a layover in Punta Delgada, and then they were going to go to Cape Verde.
Yeah.
That's what was going there. But the plane was packed. There was no extra space. And then coming home, there were 2 planes coming back to the United States. One going to New York, JFK, and one coming to Boston, Logan. Yeah. And it was, again, both planes packed.
And essentially going out of the same gate. So we were...
it was a lot of people. It was
hot, noisy,
muggy, humidity. It was... And if anyone knows anyone at that airport, they need to crank up the AC just a little bit. Just saying.
Air conditioning would be nice.
Go a long way. It'll go a long way.
Spread the people out a little bit so it's not so close.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. That's, you know what? That's the only complaint I have.
And we're angry, darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
It was like they were packing us like sardines, and I don't like that. There's no need for it. You can coordinate that a little bit better, guys. I don't know who manages the airport there, but I was even complaining to the security guards, going, why isn't there, I know there's air, because there's air out there. Why isn't there air here where everyone is standing?
There were people in our group that were struggling with the heat.
Yes,
and,
yes.
As a percentage, I'm sure that affected all 500 people who were getting on the 2 flights, or 400 people.
Yes.
Whatever the number is. So
yeah, that was the only thing that I went, this could be done better, but that's out of my control.
Mm-hmm.
But
so now, when do we go back?
Oh my goodness!
When do you go back?
Well, that's the other thing. I'm getting emails about that too, because people, we had a waiting list. I'm repeating here things that I've repeated in the past. We put the tour out there. It got filled and sold out in less than 2 weeks. It went so fast.
Basically from the people subscribing to our newsletter. So please,
thank you guys.
If you aren't subscribing,
you better
go to Azorean Green Bean.
If you want to go to trip.
And that's where you'd sign up for.
Yeah. So now I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to go back next year. We had enough people on a waiting list to do another full tour. So we'll probably help and take care of that in the spring.
You would have, but couldn't get the hotel.
I couldn't get the hotel. The hotels were all booked. The airline tickets were all booked. So I need to make sure that it's a good time to go, but also that things are available for us to be able to enjoy it. So it's not that I don't want it to do it. It's just we couldn't. So there you go on that. But now I'm also Rhode Island PBS, because Rhode Island PBS has their own travel club. They're working with Brands of Portugal, which is a wine distributor out of Rhode Island, because they've supported Rhode Island PBS in past events as well. So they've been approached to do a wine tour in the mainland, and they've asked me to join as well. So, and to kind of work with them on the meals that we want to have along with the wines. So we're looking at fall of 2024 for that. That's a brand new tour. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a smaller tour. Whereas this one was 37 people. Because we're going to be staying at vineyards, where they have like guest houses and vineyards. We're going to have a very small group to do this, and we can't have like big buses. It's going to be smaller because the roads up the mountains and all of that stuff, to be able to get to certain places that we wouldn't with a large motor coach. So we're working on that. We'll have more info this month. And then the other one, again, we'll be going back to see what, where and how and what time of the year for us to do another San Miguel tour, as well as people have asked, when can we do the Middle Islands? Again, I tried. Hotels were booked, and I had airline tickets, but the hotels were booked, so that doesn't help us, does it?
Not for lack of trying.
Not for lack of trying. So you'll be the first to know, guys. If, again, newsletter, you get it first. And for those people that say, well, I didn't see anything promoted, or where can I find your newsletter? Well, it's just private. It's for you guys.
No, you can sign up for it. Anybody can sign up for the email, for the newsletter.
Yes, guys, don't. I'm going to stay quiet. My voice is getting shot again because I'm losing.
If people are waiting for ads or promotions for the trips, it doesn't happen because we sell out before then.
Right.
So the only way is the newsletter, which is private. You got to sign up for it. You got to sign up for it.
You heard from him.
That's
there are people who are not signing up. They just want to see the newsletter. I'm like, you can't do that. You've got to be part of the newsletter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I was trying to say.
It's my podcast, and I run a strict operation here. Strict.
Okay.
And we've reached our time limit.
Okay, guys. And I'm losing my voice again here. All right, guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, hon. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to hear your ideas for topics. Ciao.